Hey DR students, this is Pastor Seth here for your second installment of our teaching on the Lord's Supper for our Home First confirmation program. You remember in last lesson we talked about Jesus is really there to forgive your real sins. And that's why we call our understanding of the Lord's Supper the real presence, or some people even call it the true presence. Because again, we talk about Jesus said, "This is my body, this is my blood." None of the context there says that it's supposed to be taken like a symbol or a metaphor. It's all real. This is why, in order to forgive real sins, Jesus is really present when you receive the Lord's Supper. His body is there, the bread is there, His blood is there, the wine is there. They're all really there to really forgive your real sins. We don't have to worry about thinking, is Jesus just spiritually there, or is He just symbolically there? None of that you have to worry about. He's really there. You don't have to worry about how exactly that works out. We just take by faith that what Jesus says is true. Wine, blood, bread, body. They're really there, really present to forgive your real sins. That's what we learned about last lesson. This lesson, we're looking at a very practical approach to you understanding the Lord's Supper and what's going to happen when you're able to take the Lord's Supper for the first time. So what we're having you do today is watch the rest of this video, which is going to be led by Mrs. Stacy Bader. She is our Altar Guild head. So she's in charge of placing all of the communion pieces together and to be ready for every Sunday, or at least to get the teams ready to do those things. And what she's going to do is she's going to walk you through what all of the different elements are called. So what's the cup called? What are those little cups called? What are those little wafers called? She's going to give you the names for all of those things, as well as practical points on your experience when you receive the Lord's Supper. Again, this is all just another way, receiving Christ's grace in the way that He promises to meet you with the forgiveness of sins, that we are able to see Jesus Christ in our home first. Thank you very much. God bless you, and enjoy the video.
Hello, I'm Stacy Bader, head of the Altar Guild here at Divine Redeemer Lutheran Church. The Altar Guild is the team of women who care for the altar and prepare it each Sunday for worship. A large part of that is preparing for the Lord's Supper each Sunday. As you're learning about the meaning and purpose of the Lord's Supper during your confirmation lessons, it is also beneficial to be taught about the simple logistics of participating in communion. Being your first time taking communion, it can feel a little intimidating, so our purpose here is to prepare you as much as possible for understanding the basic process of participating in this awesome experience. The bread of communion is also called host. They are thin, unleavened wafers made out of flour and water. There are gluten-free available for those who need it. The host is stored in bread trays called pattens. This is the element that is consumed first. There are different vessels that are used to distribute the sacramental wine. One is the chalice, which also can be called a common cup. This is a process where all members communing take a sip from the chalice when it is their turn. Here at Divine Redeemer, we use wine trays with individual cups. The trays hold 40 cups. The majority of the trays cups hold real wine. In the center are 2 to 5 cups filled with white grape juice for those who prefer it. At our contemporary service in the gym and at our 10:30 service in the church, we practice processional communion. As you know, you get in line when directed by the usher and approach the front of the church. When you reach the pastor or elder distributing the host, you hold out your hand and wait for the pastor to place it in your hand as the words of distribution are verbalized. Once you receive the host, you may begin to walk towards the next pastoral assistant. While doing so, place the host in your mouth. You then take either the cup of wine or grape juice as the assistant gives the words of distribution and drink it immediately. Place the cup in the receptacle and walk back to your seat. At our 8 a.m. service, we practice participating in the Lord's Supper at the rail. With this, you are again directed by the ushers as to when you get in line and then when you will kneel at the rail. The bread will be distributed first, followed by an usher with the wine. As the bread is placed in your hand, the pastor will use the words of distribution, "Take, eat, this is the body of our Lord Jesus Christ." You immediately put the bread in your mouth. Next, the pastoral assistant will follow with the individual cups. He will give the words of distribution, saying, "Take, drink, this is the blood of our Lord Jesus Christ." You take a cup and drink the wine. When directed, you will rise, taking your cup with you. On your way down the aisle, place your used cup in the receptacle. With either method, if you need gluten-free wafers, there is no formal procedure at this time. You may simply just verbally ask for gluten-free. One member even has a laminated card that says gluten-free. These are kept in a separate dish. Once returning to your seat, this is a beautiful time to talk to Jesus, thanking him for his sacrifice and saving grace. Remember, the sacrament is the true body and blood of our Lord Jesus Christ, instituted by him for us Christians to eat and to drink. In it, we receive the beautiful gift of forgiveness of sins. Therefore, it must be taken seriously, yet joyously, in celebration of sacrificial love for us and in your home first. Have a blessed day.